Here's something that might surprise you. The smartest people in the room are often the most socially anxious. I'm Dr. Jeff Gordon, a psychologist with more than 25 years of clinical practice. I have seen this pattern hundreds of times in my clinic. People who are comfortable in their work setting but have elevated anxiety when in a social situation. If you're intelligent but struggle socially, this isn't a coincidence, and you're definitely not alone. Let me give you one example from my practice. I look after a late 20s male, talented, professional, intelligent, attractive appearance, but he freezes whenever he thinks of being in a social setting, and it is worse when he is socializing. The danger in being crippled by this fear is that he starts to think he is unattractive, lacks personality, or worse, must be depressed. You'd think intelligence would make social situations easier, right? You can solve complex problems, analyze data, maybe even run a business, but put you in a room full of strangers and suddenly you feel like you're back in high school. Here's what's happening. Your brain, that incredible analytical machine, is actually working against you in social situations. The same cognitive abilities that make you successful at work become your worst enemy when you're trying to connect with people. Let me show you exactly why this happens, and more importantly, what you can do about it. First reason, analysis paralysis or the overthinking trap. While others are naturally flowing through conversations, you're running multiple scenarios in your head. Your brain is calculating, if I say this, they might think that. But if I say that instead, what if they respond this way? By the time you've analyzed all the possibilities, the moment has passed, and everyone's moved on to a new topic. Smart people are pattern recognition machines, but in social situations, this becomes overthinking paralysis. You literally think yourself out of participating. Second reason, perfectionism pressure. You're used to excelling, to having the right answer, to being competent, but social conversation isn't a test you can study for. There's no perfect response in social situations, but your brain keeps searching for one. You want to say something impressive, insightful, or at least not stupid, so you say nothing. Here's the irony. While you're trying to think of the perfect thing to say, other people are connecting through imperfect, spontaneous, genuine conversation. They're not trying to impress, they're just being human. Third reason, the pattern recognition curse. Your intelligent brain is exceptional at spotting patterns and predicting outcomes. In social situations, this means you see all the ways things could go wrong. You notice micro expressions, body language, tone changes that others miss. But instead of using this as valuable social information, your brain interprets everything as potential rejection or judgment. That slight pause before they respond. Your brain says, they hate what I said. They look at their phone, I'm boring them. They laugh differently. They're laughing at me, not with me. But here's the good news. You can use that same intelligence to overcome social anxiety. The key is redirecting your analytical power. Instead of analyzing what could go wrong, analyze what's actually happening. Instead of perfecting what you'll say, focus on genuinely listening to what they're saying. Instead of reading threat into every micro-expression, look for signs of connection. Smart people make the best conversationalists once they stop trying to be perfect and start being curious. Your intelligence becomes your superpower when you use it to understand people, not to protect yourself from them. I hope these ideas have helped you see your social anxiety differently, as something you can actually work with, not against. I've created evidence-based digital tools to help turn your analytical mind into a social and emotional superpower. Go to our website, Dr. James Gordon Academy. I'm Dr. Jeff Gordon. Remember, your intelligence isn't the problem, it's how you're using it. Thanks for watching.